Even starting points have their ending points. Today marks the end of my starting point series, and we got 4 junior heavyweights bringing the fireworks. I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. If you are passionate about the craft of professional wrestling and you're never done learning all about it, then you've landed in the exact right place, my friend. So go ahead, join the Till We Make It tribe. Subscribe down below, and when you enable that notification bell, you're going to get notified every time I publish a new video here on the channel. It tends to be every Wednesday and Friday. Today, I'm closing out the Starting Point series, and I saved the most modern for last. The match we're going to watch together today is from 2007. You might remember at the beginning of the Starting Point series, we took a look at 2 of the finest heavyweights to ever lace up boots, Toshiaki Kawada and Mitsuhara Misawa, 2 absolute legends within the ranks of Puroresu, Japanese professional wrestling. And today, we're going to shift our focus to the junior heavyweights, who have a style unto themselves. Just 6 years after the Triple Crown bout that kicked off the Starting Point series, Mitsuhara Misawa leads a mass exodus of talent out of All Japan Pro Wrestling, and he forms his own company, Pro Wrestling Noah, in the year 2000. Noah maintains the star power of some All Japan stalwarts, the likes of Kenta Kobashi and Jun Akiyama, but they start to elevate some of their younger talent as well, like Naomichi Marufuji and Kenta, who you might recall recently did a round on the WWE Carousel under the name Hideo Itami. And unlike the isolationist policies of All Japan Pro Wrestling, this new group, Pro Wrestling Noah, is eager to cooperate with other promotions, allowing for previously unheard of dream matches and a few exciting new pairings as well. The evolution of junior heavyweight wrestling in Japan has always outpaced what we've seen here in North America, and a lot of this can be traced back to the early 1980s with the advent of the original Tiger Mask, Satoru Sayama, who blends together international styles of wrestling with martial arts influences, acrobatics, and kickboxing to make junior heavyweight wrestling style wholly separate from what the heavyweights of pro wrestling are doing. And by the 1990s, the ideas introduced by Tiger Mask are being explored in new and exciting ways by the likes of Jushin Thunder Liger, the Great Sasuke, Ultimo Dragon, and Hayabusa. And for more on the emergence of this style and those players, check out my book. Pro Wrestling History, 6 Threads and 16 Decades breaks this topic wide open. For a while, it's the junior heavyweight division of New Japan Pro Wrestling that sets the pace for the rest of the industry. And then for a while, it's Michinoku Pro, where all the innovations are coming from. But by the time we get to the mid-00s, it's the junior heavyweights of Pro Wrestling Noah, like Naomichi Marufuji and Kenta, that are putting forth a new template, one that is still being emulated by junior heavyweight wrestlers worldwide to this day. Your starting point into the junior heavyweights of pro wrestling is July 15th, 2007. It's a critical night in Pro Wrestling Noah's Junior Tag League. That's a round-robin tournament in which 6 different tag teams all must face each other. You get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and no points for a loss. And this is the final night of tournament action. For pro wrestling fans who feel as if Budokan Hall is the house that Misawa built, well then it will feel exceptionally fitting that Pro Wrestling Noah has packed the place for this event. Okay, here's what you need to know about the 4 players in this match. Let's start with the top junior heavyweight of Pro Wrestling Noah, Naomichi Marufuji. He's the guy in gold pants in this match. And coming into this, he's already won a Super J Cup tournament. That's the most prestigious junior heavyweight tournament in all of pro wrestling. And over the last year, he's been adding a lot of muscle mass. He's been beefing up and flirting with the heavyweight division. In fact, when he holds the top title in Noah, he's the lightest wrestler to do so. And what we're about to see is peak period Marufuji. Take it from a guy who knows firsthand, because I wrestled Marufuji just months after the match we are about to watch, and he was the perfect mixture of explosiveness and finesse. And teaming with Marufuji in this match is a then relatively unknown junior heavyweight from the tiny wrestling company, DDT. That's because back in 2007, Kota Ibushi was not yet a household name among wrestling fans. You'll see him clad in the white and blue, and his unerring body control while flying through the air is simply breathtaking. And opposing them in this match is Marufuji's longtime rival at Noah, Kenta, who is teaming with young up-and-comer Taiji Ishimori for this match. If all you know of Kenta is his rather uninteresting run as Hideo Itami in World Wrestling Entertainment, this match is gonna light your hair on fire. He is the innovator of the go-to-sleep knee strike, and his kicks are as ferocious as they come. And Kenta is teaming with Taiji Ishimori, who is something of an orphan in pro wrestling at this time. Previously, he trained at Ultimo Dragon's gym down in Mexico and even competed for the Toryumon X brand, which unfortunately fell apart as Ultimo Dragon himself was leaving for an uninteresting run in the WWE. And after that, Taiji Ishimori floated around. He turned up in New Japan for a while, but then he washed out. He freelances sometimes for Noah, but he also takes independent dates for AAA in Mexico, or turns up at Pro Wrestling Holland in the Netherlands. Unfortunately for Ishimori, he's cultivated an uneven reputation for himself. So he needs to show not just the fans assembled at Budokan Hall, but also the top brass at Pro Wrestling Noah, that he belongs in a featured role with their company. He is not seen as being on par with the other three in this match. His partner, Kenta, is seen as the real star of the team. Maybe they're to try and show him a path to the top. And they're against peak period Marufuji and red-hot cult favorite from the indies, Kota Ibushi. A lot is riding on this performance for Taiji Ishimori. You need to know that this match is a slow boil. It builds and builds and builds in intensity during those initial moments, and that's not atypical for pro wrestling matches from this era. But this is the first junior heavyweight tag team tournament Noah has staged, and this match is the linchpin of the whole round robin. The audience on hand, they want to see this match succeed, and so they are very patient during the early going. And when the match finds its final gear for those last 11 minutes, the crowd comes alive. Watching those final 11 minutes, even now, 14 years later, this match not just looks state of the art, it still appears ahead of its time. If the team of Kota Ibushi and Naomichi Marufuji win this tag match, they'll have enough points to pull ahead of everyone else in the tournament. So a lot is riding on this. It's a must-win situation for the team of Kenta and Taiji Ishimori. Even more so, Ishimori needs to overcome that uneven reputation that he's cultivated and prove that he belongs in this mix. His job is on the line in this match. If he doesn't impress, he's unlikely to be offered more dates by Pro Wrestling Noah. So it's really do or die time. The top stars of All Japan Pro Wrestling created the template for all other heavyweights to follow back in the 90s. Then, Misawa leads his exodus and forms Pro Wrestling Noah in 2000. Now, it's 2007 in this match, and it's time for the junior heavyweights to start to exert their influence in one of the most important tag team bouts of the last 20 years. Are you ready to dive in? Leave me a like before you go, and then let's click over here. Let's head to that fabled green ring and Budokan Hall for 7/15/07.